Okay, so you just have to tell me your answers, and then this quiz will tell us what flavor of ice cream you are.
I don't see how a silly quiz could possibly know that, but sure.
Okay, here we go. Which of these locations would you like to vacation at?
B.
Okay, perfect. And which of these toppings do you never want to see on a hamburger?
I'd have to say A, but I don't really see how that's useful information at all.
Okay. And which of these competitions featured in the 1908 Olympic Games would you want to win the gold medal?
D, but that is absurdly specific and unrelated.
All right, calculating the results right now.
These quizzes are so silly. They're never even remotely accurate. I mean, they draw from completely unscientific data, and there's no way in 100 years that they would ever land on anything close to the correct answer. It just seems like foolish to me. What?
It says that the flavor of ice cream you best embody is Monster Handler Matt. So that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that is pretty well built, I have to say. Happy Monstering, everybody, and welcome to another episode of My Singing Monsters Live, your one-stop shop for everything to do with My Singing Monsters. I am Monster Handler Matt.
I'm Monster Handler Eric, and boy, we have a lot of fun for you guys today.
Yes, we do. We're very excited about this particular episode, our 18th episode of My Singing Monsters Live today, and here we are, and we're very excited to be coming to you live from the Big Blue Bubble studio.
That's right. Here are some of the things we're going down today, because we got to get a move on. There's so much going on.
That's right. It's exciting.
To start off, we have a subscriber giveaway.
Of course.
For anyone who's not familiar, of course, you can subscribe on Twitch to this channel. If you have an Amazon Prime account, I believe, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription. Which means that you can use that on us, and then you will be entered for the subscriber
And realistically,
giveaway.
You're going to want to use it on us, right?
How could you not?
Because, of course, you're automatically entered in the subscriber giveaway, no matter
right.
what.
Yes, you don't even have to be watching at the time. As long as you're a subscriber, you're eligible, and if you win, we will let you know. Now, there is, of course, also a giveaway at the end of the show, just for anyone in attendance.
Yes, and that special prize usually has to do with something exciting that's happened in the world of My Singing Monsters this week, so some of you may be unsurprised to learn that this particular week's giveaway at the end of our episode is related to a certain epic monster that came out this past week.
Well, isn't that fun? You know what else is related to an epic monster that came out this week? Is our discussion topic, which is going to be monster diets.
That's right, monster
systems.
diets and digestion. Did you know that I moonlight as a monster dietitian?
I mean, you've told me several times.
Really?
Yeah, you just keep bringing it up. That's unprompted.
I'm proud of my accomplishment, okay?
We will also be asking you some other questions.
Uh-huh.
Some more related, some less related.
Uh-huh.
We will, of course, be asking the harder questions, also known as STUMPED
Trivia, please.
And we will be having a fun little activity called Monster Kitchen Splice Cream Edition. We'll let your imaginations run away with that one for a little bit.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that. Oh, and that, of course, is the tie-in with our opening cold open.
Yes, that's
cold
right.
Open? It's cold boom because of ice cream. I forgot it.
I was a little late.
Normally I'd say that in the monster world it was called cold cream, but that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing.
Yes.
Speaking of whole other things, we also have the Monsterpiece Spotlight at the end of the show. So if you guys have sent in your artwork with the hashtag MyStreamingMonsters, very good chance it could be featured today.
And as promised, we're going to starting with this episode, episode 18, featuring a different monster piece from My Singing Monsters composer.
That's right. What better episode than 18 to start a monumental feature like this?
18, right?
That's right.
You know, you're coming of age. You can vote in some areas of the world. Depends on where you're from, of course.
And if you're a Twitch broadcast at 18, you're legally allowed to show My Singing Monsters composers weekly.
That's right.
So.
I think you have that correct, yes.
Yes,
that's correct.
I just took a quiz and it says that's exactly what it is.
Quizzes, they're totally infallible. You can definitely rely on them.
You know what else you can rely on is the subscriber giveaway. Would you like to say
have?
What we are winning today?
Oh, sure.
Well, not we are winning, but someone is winning.
Definitely not you. Monster Handler's not eligible for such prizes. Today's prize for our subscriber giveaway is a rare Bowgart, that white-furred horned monster of yore.
That's right. And would you like to follow up with the winner of the subscriber giveaway?
I would love to. The winner is, give me a drum roll, Potawatomi MSM.
Yay,
Congratulations, Potawatomi.
Thank you so much.
So I'm pretty sure we already have your friend ID, but just in case, it's always a good practice to get into, if you are one of our winners, to whisper at our channel, Big Blue Bubble TV, on Twitch, and send us your friend code /BBBID, and that way we know which account to deliver your prize to. And today we have Monster Handler Karen in the chat.
Everybody say hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen, interfacing. And we have Monster Handler Sydney as our camera operator.
That's
today.
right.
There she is.
Hey,
So-
maybe she'll sneak in behind the desk for a brief moment.
I don't know how to maybe. Okay, so shall we launch right into our discussion topic
Let's get
for
talking.
today? Okay. Monster diets.
Right.
Monster digestion.
Now, if I may immediately interrupt you before you start talking. This topic came up because Epic Bowgart has a particularly specific diet.
That's right. Well, so here's the interesting thing about Epic Bowgart specifically. And we'll sort of start to tackle this as we get into the question period as well. Epic Bowgart has a couple of different ways that it consumes things. I believe it has the traditional food sort of tract, i.e.,
That's my favorite.
and you eat that way. But it also has a porous membrane on the bottom of its feet that allows it to absorb whatever it's standing in and use that to influence the composition of its horns. But as we see in the case of Epic Bowgart, that goes all the way down that particular road, all the way right to the end, the last row on the end, and totally influences the look and feel of the monster in its entirety. So Bogarts specifically have sort of an interesting relationship with what they consume, be that the different ways that they do consume things, and they're a great exemplar of that classic expression: "You are what you absorb through your feet."
Oh yes,
You know that one?
that old chestnut. I believe it was coined by the philosopher Smashman.
That's right, or mouth smash, as we discussed 2 episodes ago on our composer.
So, please tell me more about monster diets.
So the interesting, and we've sort of touched on this before, but the interesting thing about food in the monster world is that it sort of works the opposite way as human world foods.
In terms of like nutrition?
That's right. So something that may be considered junk food or a treat for humans is actually a form of nutrition for monsters, which is why you see such items in the bakery menu as ice cream, cookies, pizza, pie, cake, stuff like that. And you may be wondering, how the heck does Big Salad fit into that list?
How the heck does Big Salad fit
Well,
in that list?
how the heck Big Salad fits into that list is the following. It's so healthy, it actually crosses the boundary into unhealthiness.
Wow.
So it's sort of like one of those things where it got so far, it swung back to the other side of the scale and sort of started again. And so it's so healthy, it's unhealthy.
Wow.
Right?
Now, does that have anything to do with the portion as well? There's so much of it.
It's
so
a
big.
it's a
'Cause
big
too
salad.
much of anything is unhealthy for
It's
us.
a big salad.
It's a big salad.
So that has a lot to do with it. So that's one thing that I wanted to talk about as well. And the other thing too that I wanted to mention is that based on the different sort of physiology of various monsters, eating happens in various ways.
Right.
Those monsters that have grasping hands or opposable thumbs obviously have an easier time grabbing at food and launching it into their pie holes, if
My
you will.
favorite way.
But for those monsters that are of unusual shape and form, they usually have a couple of different options. They can rely on a monster buddy of theirs to help in the feeding process.
Just like that.
Or
There you go.
I imagine. Now, I was going to use Furcorn as an example, but Furcorn, of course, has those prehensile feet that it uses to manipulate the world around it. But let's use an example like Maw. Now, Maws are more spry than you'd expect, as I learned when the Epic Maw attacked.
That's right.
During my one of my last forays directly into the monster world to capture footage of epic reveals. But they're spry, right? They can jump around. So something, and of course, rare Maws fancy themselves good hunters, and that they hunt cupcakes. Now, no one likes to bring up the fact that cupcakes are sort of inert
Right.
and can't run away. but we don't want to sort of spoil the rare moths.
Of
So
course,
moths
of
in
course.
general. So imagine you are a moth. Imagine you are a moth, and I'm a mammoth.
I'm having flashbacks to the Only a Ma game from our very first episode where we went face first into pie.
That's
I'm
right.
remembering it.
So imagine that you are one, and I'm a mammoth, and I say hello, boom, something like that, and I perhaps have a loaf of bread here. I might offer it to my moth friend and say, "Would you like a nibble of this bread?" And you, as a moth, would say,
I would just eat it. I don't think I would even waste time.
"Waste time. You got to be polite." But I guess moths
You
are.
have to.
Well, as long as it's understood that there's gratitude.
Yeah.
There's gratitude,
gratitude would
expressed
be
on the part.
No fingers are lost in the delivery
Oh,
of the bread.
that's true. Because sometimes the voraciousness of the
A
chomp.
little overeager.
That's right. And then the other thing that monsters can do is consume food in unusual ways. And I used the pummel as an example. Now, through some sort of random happenstance, very early in my time as a monster handler, I discovered there was something unusual with the way that the pummel consumes food, in that it is a kinetivore.
Right. This has come up before.
Right, and that is the process of throwing food against the plant membrane that's in the pummel's mouth, and it absorbs the nutrients of the food just by boing, striking off. So, in keeping with its very percussive nature, the pummel just needs stuff literally thrown at its plant membrane, and that is how it is a kinetivore, and it gets its nutrition. So,
That's my second favorite way to be.
So, monsters have developed a variety of ways to get the food in their systems, and the food that they do consume tends to be on the junk food side of at least the human spectrum, but it's actually quite nutritious for monsters. So, there's your lesson on monster nutrition.
Well, thank you. That was fascinating.
And diets and digestion.
Now, this brings up a thought.
Uh-huh.
I know that in social posts before, which you haven't been looking at on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, excellent posts, some good stuff.
You should follow us.
There have certainly been some glimpses into the X-ray of certain monsters.
Mm.
Now, I know that these are social posts. The X-rays may not be 100% medically accurate.
They're the guesstimates, right?
Sure. I'm wondering what the community might think the inside of a monster might look like. I'd like to see their interpretation
Oh, sort
of an
of
X-ray.
like a cross-section of all of the organs and the bone structure
Sure.
of
I
a given
mean,
monster. That would be a very
getting as detailed
that would
as
be
you
a
like.
very interesting theme for future Monsterpiece entries, what the inside of monsters look like.
You know, just a nice look at the whole tract, the whole system.
Yes, and the musculature and the skeleton.
Like I said, as detailed as you like, really.
Right. I think that that's a great idea. I would be very interested. So, if you're interested in taking up Monster Handler Eric's art challenge, make sure to send it in to us using hashtag MyStreamingMonsters, and we'll be able to peruse them on a future episode and take a look.
That'd be awesome. You know what else is awesome? It's time for questions.
It is.
I hope you're ready.
I am ready.
Fortunately, these aren't the hardest ones. Well, we don't know that. Sometimes these are quite insightful, and they take some thought.
Okay.
But you can't get stumped by them, so that's what matters.
I'm ready. All right, lay him on me.
Starting right off the top, Strimes Tweets 49 asks, "What's Epic Bogart's favorite flavor?"
Interestingly enough, because Epic Bowgart stands in melted puddles of ice cream, there are no actual taste buds on the bottom of a Bogart's feet.
Oh.
So, in terms of what it likes to eat, I have it on good authority that the Moonjube flavor is one of its favorites. It also likes butterscotch pecan, swirl, stuff like that.
A refined monster.
It is a refined monster, but again, when it's standing in the puddle, it can't necessarily taste that. So it could be enjoying one flavor of ice cream down below on its feet in one form, and then actually licking a separate ice cream with its hands up above. So there's all sorts of different ways that ice cream can sort of get in the mix.
Wow. That's a lot more than I expected.
Oh yeah?
This is why I want to
Well, I
see...
aim to please with these answers
This
in
is
the
why-
questions section of My Singing Monsters Live.
This is why I want to see this Monsterpiece idea, because there's
All
so
sorts
many
of...
possibilities rolling around.
Right.
Okay, let's go to the next question from
absorption
Ryan Wilson,
tubes.
346. If Common Bogart uses his horns for new cellos, can Epic Bogart use its horns for anything specific?
this I thought was an interesting question because in my mind, that seems to suggest that the instrument of Epic Bowgart is not actually derived from its horns, but it is.
Oh.
It is actually a repainted form of the horns that emerge from the top of the Epic Bowgart, which become the spindly sort of brittle, more consistency than the more wood-like texture that you see in the common and rare Bogarts. It does, as I mentioned, do a paint job of this new instrument that it creates, but it is still in some form or another a cello because it is able to coax out of that particular instrument the same sounds that make the Bogart so iconic.
Very true. At MS Bowgart, I've noticed that a lot of Epic Monster designs have horns and fangs. Is this on purpose or coincidental?
So we've spoken in the past how epic monsters tend to have come about as a result of environmental pressures or becoming super adapted to the particular biome that it inhabits.
That's right.
Its habitat, so to speak. We see now in the diversity of some of the epics that have been discovered since these initial monsters that holds true for more true for some and less true for others. We see, of course, in the instance of Epic Bowgart, that it is simply a common that indulges in particular puddles in order to reconstitute itself. But I spoke to an artist earlier, actually, from a behind-the-scenes look, and their comment to me indicated that when it comes time to design a rare or an epic monster, the idea of manipulating teeth and the idea of adding horns tend to be one of our favorite ways to differentiate these versions from their rare and common forms, just because they're a great way of adding detail to the monster without necessarily disrupting how they perform their musical part. They're relatively unobtrusive ways of adding more detail to a given monster. And I know as well that the epics being the sort of pinnacle of the particular monster species, that these sharper horns and fangs and teeth and stuff like that were also meant to sort of harken back to some of our original, very preliminary designs for My Singing Monsters, which had the monsters looking a little bit creepier, a little bit scarier than they are in their sort of more usual common forms.
Very cool. So the answer is on purpose.
Yes, it is deliberate.
There you go.
I could have just said that, but I wanted to give more detail.
Yes. Especially when you get comments straight from the artist.
I know, I had to share that.
Now, for another digestion question that's no laughing matter, Har239 asks, do monsters with two heads share a digestive system or have two individual ones?
That, I think it varies on a per monster basis, right? Because a two-headed monster like Rare Dandy-Doo has a single intelligence that governs both heads.
Right.
A monster like the Quibble has actually two distinct minds, so who knows if in that moment there are actually two different digestive tracts that serve each head. I have no idea. So I think this would be a great thing to theorize upon with the inside look at the monster Monsterpiece art challenge.
Inside look challenge. I like
Well, there you go, the inside look challenge. Sort of an unofficial challenge.
Unofficial.
Yes.
TM.
Yes. This is a good segue, I think. Let's take a quick break from questions and just comment on the amazing entries we've been getting on our music video contest.
That is a very good
that
segue.
we launched last Friday.
That's right.
As of today, you have one more week to submit an entry, and we'll be announcing the winner of our music video contest this coming Friday, so March 15th. And we will be awarding a top prize of 1,000 diamonds to the winner. In case you want to learn more about that contest, you can visit bigbluebubble.com/musicvideocontest to learn more. And we've been receiving such amazing entries so far, but there's still a week left, so I'm sure we'll be equally surprised at the quality and the creativity of the entries coming through for this last week.
I can't wait for more. Quick summary for anyone who missed it last week and needs to catch up. A little more informal than the contest page. We created a song a couple of episodes ago.
Our jingle.
Yes, our little jingle for the show. We threw together a music video for it, which was a very sitcom intro for the show. You can check this out on our last episode. It's right at the beginning on YouTube or on Twitch. You can check that out. If you go to the contest page, you can download that song. We would love for everyone here to make their own music video of it. Now, does that include remixing the song?
Sure.
If you want to, absolutely. You don't need to. No musical ability required. Now,
you just put in visuals.
That's
if you
right.
Want.
Now, how do I make a music video? Do I film and edit it? Do I use claymation? Do I just draw pictures? Do I use clips from the show that already exist? The answer is yes. Just yes to all of them. Whatever you want.
Any and all. The way that you want to create the music video, you are the creative director of this particular enterprise, so it's up to you.
That's right.
So I just wanted to get that in there, make sure that we did a shout out to the amazing entries we have received and the amazing entries we have yet to receive for our music video contest.
That's right. Can't wait.
Back to questions.
Back to questions and the topic of diets. A very appropriate name. Bonnie Cakes. Is it possible for other common monsters to undergo epic transformations when exposed to certain things, like Bowgart did with ice cream?
So this is an interesting question because I find that there are already some existing precedents for rare monsters and epic monsters that originated as common monsters more recently than its evolutionary divergence than something like an epic toe jammer from a common toe jammer, something like that. And I wanted to remind everyone of a notable example that is not you are what you absorb through your feet, but you are what you eat, and that's a different one, right? Yeah. And that is the rare pom-pom is actually a common pom-pom that indulges in the red food diet.
Right.
That's right. Sorry, the rare. Yes, I got that right. What does it say? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read the bio.
Take a look.
I want to make sure I said all the right monster names in the right place there.
Here comes the stuff.
There's no... Quiet. There's no greater living proof of you are what you eat than the rare pom-pom. Although sometimes confused for a separate monster entirely, like the hula, this rare is actually just a common pom-pom on a diet consisting entirely of indigo foods. There you go. There's my confusion. So,
excellent.
Common pom-pom eats red foods. Rare pom-pom is just a common pom-pom that eats indigo foods. And then, a rare hula is a common hula who indulges in the diet of a common pom-pom. Oh man, there's a lot of crossed lines there that to keep track of. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that some monsters are definitely influenced by what they eat and can change their entire appearance based on such things. So in the case of Epic Bowgart, there are some other monsters where that sort of phenomenon has previously been documented.
Awesome.
Yes.
Going into the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas 49195461 asks, does Epic Bowgart have a cavity?
I assume they mean in the teeth.
I have to imagine.
Because I assume they have a body cavity as connected to our inside look, our challenge, but that's different. They mean, of course, a cavity in a tooth. Oh. And we do mention the sweet tooth, or sweet teeth of the Bowgart, those elongated fangs that are unique to the epic specimen. I think that the Epic Bowgart is impervious to such things because they're sort of like made of sugar, right?
That's right, part of their DNA now.
Exactly. It's sort of woven into their very essence, their very being. So I think it might actually be impossible for an Epic Bowgart to get a cavity.
Well, aren't they lucky?
I know. Can you imagine eating as much candy as you want? No risk of contaminating your teeth? That'd be good.
Okay,
nice.
Logan Peters 756 asks, are pumpkins and Dawn of Fire related to smunkins in My Sing Monsters?
Yes, they are.
There you
go. Yes, very simply.
Yeah.
Now, here's an unusual idea. The presence of pumpkins and other human world fruits makes me wonder which universe came first, the human world or the monster world? Is it possible that we've been eating apples and pumpkins, and these are actually alien species that came from the monster world eons ago? I'll let that sit inside your noodles as a great idea. How's that?
Let me give you an even spookier idea. Eve Furcorn asks, is Epic Bowgart a vampire?
No! That was me reacting to the question, not answering it. No! Epic Bowgart, not a vampire necessarily, but it definitely has spooky attributes, right? I'd say that it looks a little creepier than the common. And of course, those previously mentioned fangs that protrude from its mouth certainly would suggest that it has the ability to chomp into something. Sort of reminds me of that famous vampiric bunny, Bunnicula, if you know the one that I speak of. Draining carrots of their juices. That's a whole other thing.
Quick follow-up question from Lucas 49195461.
Uh-huh.
Why does it turn into an Epic Bowgart? Because of ice cream.
Ah, you know what I think I should do?
You want to take a look?
I'm going to read
I feel like this
the
one-
bio.
Yeah.
Now, this bio was penned rather masterfully by our in-house monster handler in charge of creative writing, Monster Handler Sydney. Everyone say, congratulations, Monster Handler Sydney, on your skills.
On your skills.
And there she is accepting the praise there against the moonlit sky of, it looks like Celestial Island back there. There she is. All right, bye, Sydney. Off she goes. So, here is the bio as penned by Monster Handler Sydney. When a common Bowgart favors standing in melted ice cream puddles over mud, the resulting...
I'm just trying to give them something.
That kills me.
Don't look.
I try and match. I need those blinders that horses wear.
Yeah.
When a common Bowgart favors standing in melted ice cream puddles over mud, the resulting sugar rush twists the instrumental monster into an epic. The composition of Epic Bogart's horns is altered at a chemical level, growing into gnarled spires until they break off like peanut brittle. The ramifications of this epic sweet tooth, or should we say, sweet teeth, have even transformed its fur into a warm caramel hue reminiscent of a pecan butterscotch swirl. So that is how...
That's the flavor it likes.
Can't put anything past this guy. Can't pull the Willoughby over your eyes. Ha! How do you like that? So that is how an Epic Bowgart transforms into the ice cream because of the resulting sugar rush that travels up through its feet and alters its chemical level.
I was going to say, because I stand in ice cream all the time, and I haven't changed.
Yes, but do you have any porous apertures at the bottom of your feet? I think not.
I
hope not.
I've never checked.
You should check.
They're covered in ice cream. I can't see.
Is it like caked on?
Yeah, I mean, I've been...
How can ice cream be caked? All right, moving on to the next.
All right, Stormsteak25 wants to know, would a Bowgart would a Bowgart undergo a transformation with any other mud-like substance? Example, wet cement.
Ooh, well, I think wet cement being absorbed would definitely alter the chemical composition of a Bogart's. At the very least, its horns. It could be that the instrument is less made out of wood and more made out of, a cement-like substance. That's another interesting monster piece idea, creative jumping off point. What other things might a common Bowgart stand in, and how might that influence its appearance? Now that we have a better understanding of how that sort of thing changes after examining the particular science of the Epic Bowgart, I think that would be a great thing to see in a future monster piece that's sent in to us for us to peruse. So I open the floor to our creative community to come up with something.
I do love when you open up a question to interpretation from the audience, but I gotta say, it does often sound like you just don't have an answer. And you're trying to avoid being
have an answer.
Stumped, which
Eric?
is why we're moving into Stumped right
man, I knew
now.
it. Okay, I'm trying to maintain a good attitude. I feel like whenever we go into trivia, I always slouch in my chair and just expect the worst. But you know what? Today I'm going to approach it with a good attitude, with a good posture, and I'll be ready. And I think I just saw the Stumped graphic go by. Thank you, Monster Handler Sydney, for your support in this trying time. Okay,
And as
let
we
me
said,
the question.
It's always good fun.
Let me the question, I said. Let me the question. It's like lend me or
All
ear.
right.
Lend me a question.
This question submitted by Jade Danda Meme Lord.
Uh-huh.
How many teeth does an epic noggin have?
How many teeth does an epic noggin have? These, of course, being the sort of claw-like protrusions on the bottom jaw of the epic noggin. I'm going to say 6.
Stumped.
What is it?
It is 4.
Ah,
You were close.
no. All right, incorrect.
Sydney, if I could quickly ask you to remove the answers from the screen in front of Matt. He didn't notice that time.
You think I... Oh! Can you imagine how dishonest I would have to be to just be sitting here popping off answers?
I know you wouldn't. But if any behind-the-scenes footage ever got seen, people said the answers were right there. Who knows? I just don't want there to be any question.
I'd like to make it clear to our viewers that here on My Singing Monsters Live, we value honesty and integrity, and as a result, I'm going to get each one of these questions wrong, unless by some miracle I don't. So here we go. And totally based on my own stumpitude. So keep them coming. All right, 0 for 1. 0 for 1.
Speaking of getting things wrong, I apologize for any
No,
names
I'll
that
be positive.
that I mistake, but Here we go. Tate Radier, 7755, asks, what are the primary colors globes come in?
Oh.
I'm very much enjoying that these are...
There are three... There are three varieties of globe that can be conjured using the fuser.
Okay.
Those are the primary colors. There are only three of them. There are red, yellow, and blue. Primary colors that can be conjured. Now, if you were asking, as an example, which globes could be fused, that is a different question.
That's why it wasn't asked.
But the correct and only correct answer for this particular question is red, yellow, and blue. Primary colors. Those are the only three. What is the answer? I'd love to know.
Super good job, buddy.
Yay! All right, 1 out of 2, 50%.
Here we go.
Good thing I know some basic color theory.
Ooh, for a second I thought this was going to be a joke. I was ready for punchline.
All right.
Ren Callan asks, how many pom-poms does it take to wake up a blip squeak?
Is it like a screw and light bulb sort of format?
So that's what I thought. That's what I thought I was
How
gonna
many
see.
pom-poms does it take to wake up a blip squeak?
Yeah, that's right.
6.
Stumped. It's 4 again?
No!
It's the second time you said 6
I
instead of 4.
can't believe it. I thought that maybe I was seeing the letter, just send me home. The number 6 in my mind has an answer for one of today's questions. So maybe it'll come up later. But okay, I'm 1 for 3, 33%. All right, keep them coming, Eric.
Here we go. Question number 6 in your world. Letherm asks, let's see if Matt remembers this one. That's the first part.
Thank you.
How many ice cubes does Deej have?
11.
You got it. It's 11. Great job.
You may stump me once, but never again. I remember. Now just don't ask any other questions that we've already been asked. Okay, 11. Good. So, 2 out of 4. 50%.
Okay.
Back up to 50%.
So this will be number 5. Maybe we'll make this the last one.
Da.
I like out of 5.
Yeah,
Feels
five's
like
a
a good
good.
ratio.
Seems like a good number to ask.
Okay, so Decide Do asks, when did the special episode that featured the phase, I believe they mean phrase, Bigify It, come out? I really like this question. If you need a reminder, it kind of sounds like Bigify It. Hope that helped.
Yes. They're looking for an episode number or just the episode?
Oh, the date.
The date?
Yeah.
Oh, I could actually maybe do better than that.
Oh.
Oh, no. Sorry. And this was a special episode, they say?
It was a special episode.
Rats.
Hey,
So...
You're going to use the old Friday method.
I was going to use the Friday method, but I think... Rats.
If you have episode.
I don't have episode, but
okay.
I do have a date.
Okay.
Sorry, that the phrase Bigify It came out?
Bigify It.
Bigify It. I think that date is November 20... See, I'm waffling now between two particular dates. I can't remember if it was launch day or the day after. I'm going to take a chance on love and say that it was November 21st.
Do you want to give me a year?
2018.
Got it.
Yes, I did it!
Oh, that was so happy. We started a waffle. And
Now, that was the day, of course, that Fire Haven was released.
And that's exactly what we were doing when we were Bigifying Monsters.
I remember. I seem to remember quite a bit of positive momentum for the bigification of several monsters on
what
Fire
a good time.
Haven.
There's nothing better than
It was a
Bigifying
good time. Okay, so now that I have triumphed at this particular edition of Trivia,
And we're all very proud of you.
thank you very much. I'm proud of myself as well. What is next?
Oh boy. It looks like we're getting into an activity. It's a fan favorite. It is called Monster Kitchen, and today we are experimenting with Splice Cream.
Splice Cream. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, we've got some traditional ice cream flavors. We've got vanilla, we've got chocolate, and we've got strawberry.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to take a base flavor. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So that's the ice cream part.
Yep.
Then, we're going to make a sundae.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put on a sauce. And what kind of sauces you might think? chocolate.
Your standard
caramel.
sauces.
No. We've got a wide selection, which I think we're going to be pulling up for you shortly. And we're going to ask you, the viewers at home, to vote on which sauces go on these ice creams.
Oh,
Now,
all right.
normally,
I think I can get behind
normally
this.
I'd say please be nice, but I got to tell you, there is nothing particularly good on this list.
Uh-oh.
We are in for
sort of keeping with the
a
tradition of Monster
Oh,
Kitchen.
yes, it will be.
Well, that's great. So, as some of the viewers may already know, I myself am allergic to ice cream. So, unfortunately, I will be unable to participate in this Monster Kitchen. But you know what I will be doing? I'll be swapping places and becoming our camera operator while the world-famous Monster and the Sydney takes a place right here at the My Singing Monsters Live desk.
That's right. But you can participate, my friend. Let me tell you how. Every good Sunday needs sprinkles. And we have a wide variety of inventive substitutes for sprinkles.
Oh?
So after the home audience picks a sauce, you will be handpicking a sprinkle. Let's say olives or...
Olives?
What was the cheese we had, Sydney?
Cheese Whiz?
No, not Cheese Whiz.
Cheese
We used
something.
that. It was the powdery cheese, you know? You put it on pasta. Parmesan. We have Parmesan. We got a number of things for Matt to pick out and match with the sauce that you
and
guys
I'm
vote
in charge
on.
of sprinkles?
That's right. You will be picking
A
sprinkles.
story of sprinkles for you.
And then we
And
also
Sydney.
have regular sprinkles, which would be, of course, dusting on top, so that the whole thing becomes very appetizing.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick switcheroo here.
Let's get that graphic up, and then the next time we come up...
and admire it because
You will see.
It shows one of the beautiful variants of ice cream that appears in the Monster World. Now it looks like there's 2 scoops on that particular treat.
It's been spliced.
It's been spliced. They've been combined. And remember, a ice cream flavor that might be gross to us might be delicious to a singing monster. So bear with us, everybody, as we do a bit of a setup switcheroo over here. And in the meantime, I will ask you to put in the comments what your particular favorite flavor of ice cream is, and we can compare notes. Now, I find that whenever we ask this question, the responses are either, depending on who you ask, a lot of the same or all sorts of different ones. So, who's to say for sure what it's going to be?
I always find it interesting split between people who enjoy something more elaborate. Like myself, I love cherry cheesecake ice cream. But, there's nothing wrong with a classic strawberry either. But it's interesting, I find, that some people will go very, elaborate with their flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And other people, they just want the classics.
The classics.
Matt, what did you eat instead of ice cream?
Well, as I mentioned, I had allergies growing up, and so I tended to have little pieces of fruit. Grapes, specifically, was a favorite treat of mine. All right. Now, I think we're just about ready to go.
Just
So,
about.
We're gonna switch back on here.
Yeah, let's pop back on.
As a reminder, I am behind the camera, so if anything goes weird, you can blame it on Monster and Mac. But we're coming back now, and everyone give a warm welcome
Hi.
to Monster Handler Sydney. She's
Hello.
back.
I don't mean to be making this face, while we're introducing you, but those
It
peas smell awful.
Smells really incredible.
I can
You have to
smell it
move
from
those
over here.
aside.
So let's put them a little further.
Matt, can we
away.
borrow the paper towels
Oh,
that are
sure.
just
Where
on the
are they?
computer there?
Yes,
Just
underneath
over
the
here?
headphones.
All right, I will
Okay.
drop them off. Why, are you doing spillage already?
No, not yet.
No, soon.
You never know.
Soon you will be.
And we
So-
want to clean the spoons. You don't want to contaminate the different
So we've
concoctions.
opened voting, if I'm not mistaken, and
Okay.
I'm going to add the list
Here it comes.
of choices
There you
for
go.
sauces
Yes.
that the community can vote on.
So we're gonna go ahead and just do one large vote, and then we'll go down the list of results. Maybe we'll start
Yeah.
with 3, 2, 1,
Sounds
and
good to me.
and then Matt will choose the appropriate sprinkles to
Mhm.
match that
And
flavor.
so, of course, to cast your vote, you need only type exclamation point and the number that corresponds to the choice that you see listed upon the screen here.
That's right.
We've got some gnarly options.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
Got barbecue sauce, relish,
Yep.
hot sauce, a classic,
Yep.
some very zesty Italian
Classic.
dressing,
Has made 3 appearances on the show and never been chosen. But maybe this is its week.
and some mayonnaise,
Oh.
also a classic. And then quite the variety of.
Yeah, let's talk sprinkles. Let's give
Yeah.
Matt his menu. So of course, as I said, we have the Parmesan cheese. That'll be very something. We have licorice all sorts, which you may recognize.
From your grandmother's house.
Oh, I see the votes coming in. This is very exciting.
Very good.
We have banana bread flavored shreddies, which I'd never heard of before today.
Which I think will taste good, but Eric is suspicious.
I'm suspicious of any new flavor of a popular product because will it really taste like banana bread, or will it just? And more importantly, what will it taste mixed with some of these other things? Is where
That's the real question
I
here.
really worry.
Banana bread shreddies and relish. I don't know.
We also have olives, specifically Kalamata olives. It looks like.
Yes.
What are those onions?
Yes, some crispy onions.
Ooh boy.
Perfect for ice cream, I would say.
I thought we were supposed to put gross things on the ice cream.
Some tasty, cheesy chips.
So we'll crunch those right up and just sprinkle
Yeah.
them on. Oh
The
no.
pièce de résistance. Now
The
they're
piece de resistance.
they're in some very nice liquid, so I'm a little nervous to tip them over.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You can trust us.
Well, you know what? I'll scoop out a spoonful so we can see.
Just a spoonful of peas.
So there's just some really gross. Let's let them just drip off
Oh.
there. Yeah, some really gross
Those
peas.
are nasty.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They
That is
really have an exciting smell.
I'm going to join you guys by appearing here in the corner.
Well,
Yes.
hello.
Everyone, I don't usually sit in this particular spot. This
It's-
is very exciting.
It's a
Look,
unique perspective, isn't it?
This is the island. It's a beautiful island,
This is-
and they
this
call
is why we
it
shipped them away.
Yeah.
Celestial Island.
We put him out in space where no one
That's
can
from
hear him.
our- Whoa!
The only place we're safe
All right,
from him.
so the voting continues to come in. We've got two favorites so far. Any
Okay.
guesses as to what those might be?
Let me just look at
see on
these.
the
without-
screen. Don't look at this.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking at the options, not at the
Okay.
voting.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
fairly
going
good at
to
that.
I'm going to guess that hot sauce is a high one,
Uh-huh.
and I'm also going to guess barbecue sauce.
I'm gonna say hot sauce, mayonnaise, dressing. Those are my, I'm guessing, top three. I don't know if that order,
Well-
maybe.
My third option will be relish. I think is my guess.
I think relish is like a surprise contender.
Yeah.
Again, some people don't like it, some people like it, but you rarely think of mixing it with anything.
Now, are you a fan?
I really like relish on, appropriate food.
And
I
what constitutes appropriate
Oh,
food there, Monster?
Hot dogs, hamburgers, ice cream, eggnog. What was a double dip?
Canaan? Remember
Yes.
Canaan?
nice
No.
tasty
From a
canine.
But,
previous
no,
edition of
I-
Monster Kitchen.
I much enjoy relish on burgers and hot dogs. I can safely say I have not had it on ice cream before. Not that I recall. I did used to have
Neither
it
have
in
I.
sandwiches.
I don't know that I've ever had relish.
At all?
Ever. I have never been interested, so I
Well,
think
She's shied away from relish
Wow.
because the first time.
I never liked hot dogs, so I never ate relish.
Well,
Yeah.
Sydney, I have no fear in telling you that relish is far and away. Well, not quite. It's tied for last place
Oh,
currently.
okay.
So
Oh,
for those
interesting.
of you who would like Monster and Sydney to try relish for the first time today, as part of our Splice Cream Monster.
What a
Kitchen
way to
edition,
try it, too.
Make sure to type in !2. And I'm not trying to influence the voting here.
No.
I'm just trying to let people know, trying to educate them on their options.
I know that Sydney hasn't had relish before, but I'm sure trying it with a dollop of strawberry ice cream and some other form of sprinkle will make her a fan immediately.
Tasty looking ice cream here. It's a shame we have to ruin it.
All right, maybe we'll start
Scoop
putting
it.
an ice cream
Yeah.
in each one. Should we just start with classic vanilla?
Yeah,
We'll
let's
go
do that.
3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
like that.
Before we know what the toppings are, so it'll be a true surprise. Would you like
Votes
to
are
scoop
still
yours?
coming in, but they are slowing down. There's a slight lead right now for the winner. So I think pretty soon I'm going to
Thank you.
close the poll.
Okay. The votes are in.
And do I simply just hit back?
You can go to the very top where there's that lock
Yes.
and click that lock.
Oh, how exciting! I'm learning new things on the job, just like you're supposed to. Okay. Oh, there's the votes are changing.
Should we not close it yet?
We're so
Is there a
close.
swing?
Oh, it's
Okay,
swinging,
well,
it's
hang on.
swinging a little bit.
Well, how about... Well, we should find out what the sauce is before I make you pick a sprinkle.
All
Let
right,
me,
you know
let me
what?
ask you, what sprinkles are you interested in?
You know what?
Matt?
There's lots for me to choose from. I really think that Okay, I'm gonna make the call.
Why do we give him any power?
We're
don't
so
know.
close.
This
We're
was
so
a
close. I am
mistake.
closing. Closing the poll for new
Okay.
votes.
Okay.
And if you can get rid of the vote overlay as well, that would be great. Just
Yes,
so they can see
so
all
everyone-
the tasty
yes,
ingredients
and
before.
so that everyone is
Yes,
aware.
I will.
The voting is in. The results are in.
The voting is in.
Oh boy.
I'm very excited and a little bit nervous.
This is, on one hand, it's the least afraid I've been of Monster Kitchen, but I also maybe the most nervous. Ice cream is just so good. It's such a good base to start with, but it's, again, and a lot of these toppings individually I enjoy on some level, but not with ice cream, and not mixed with these other toppings. So I'm very curious to see where this goes.
So, are you ready?
Yes.
Your topping is hot sauce.
Of course.
What a start.
Very closely followed.
Whoa, we don't.
We want it one at a time. Please, please keep the suspense.
All right.
Thank you.
We're really
Going
gonna have
for
to.
a nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're.
I can unscrew this.
Yeah, you know what? Let's unscrew it. Let's
Oh,
just.
we're going all in.
Yeah.
We have to. It's Monster Kitchen.
You have to. You simply have to.
I'm
How's
nervous.
it going? Is she making a mess?
Nice.
Who's
Oh,
to
No.
go?
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of hot
Yeah,
sauce.
there you go.
All right, we're.
I need. Some.
Oh yeah, of course, sword.
And with respect to the first sprinkles.
I feel like this is a mukbang. Those
the
eating
first-
shows on YouTube.
So you know what? Are we doing a couple of these? Or is this
I
is
believe it's one per. That was
That
what
was
we
the
were
original
going
idea.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
we're
good idea.
How about we
flexible.
shake it up for the last one?
Okay.
Yeah.
So hit us with the
Ooh,
sprinkle.
hot sauce.
For the sprinkles, I think we should go with the crushed up cheesy chips.
Oh, this sounds good.
With a hot sauce. Okay.
It's like flaming hot.
Yeah, I'm sort of trying to go for a
Doritos.
theme here.
Okay,
And
okay.
really sort of like ease you into the whole process.
Yeah.
Sorry for the crunching sounds that will be coming.
This is gonna get very dusty. Oh, good idea.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
I don't want.
I'm a pro
It
here.
comes pre-crunched.
Excellent. Excellent.
Crushing it.
She's
Alright.
crushing it.
Crushing it.
Perfect.
Can get a light dusting.
A light dusting. Pour 'em on there. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you really went for the hot sauce.
Oh.
You know what, Eric?
Mmm.
Ground control. Ooh,
I'm
Oh,
gonna.
almost-
that's
Almost
looking.
forgot.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna add more hot sauce to mine because you're really putting me to shame.
So what are you grabbing there, Eric?
Oh, these are just regular sprinkles.
You
We want
wanna-
it
so
to be
you're
pretty.
supplementing.
And
So
what?
you're double sprinkling. Is
We
that-
eat
is
with
that
our
what you're telling
eyes.
me?
well, it's similar to the
Tip that a little further
the
down.
cinnamon and the
There we
eggnog.
go.
What a
Yeah.
nice color profile we
It
got
is
Yeah.
an
in there.
interesting color
Very
It's
profile.
really,
It looks
really
very vibrant
the
on
red,
the
the
screen,
red
I will say
sprinkles,
that.
the red sauce, the orange chips. It's really coming together nicely.
Good luck, Sydney, trying
that's-
to eat that, says the great Diana.
Oh,
There-
thank you.
there's-
Also, thank you to everyone who congratulated me on writing the Epic Bowgart bio. It's all part of my job, but I love it. No, that sounded unsure. I do love doing it.
And she's great at it.
Well,
Yes.
thank you.
That's why we asked her. She's a master
I think it's.
wordsmith.
I think it might be my favorite part of my job here.
Second favorite part, eating Doritos and sprinkles on
Actually,
hot
my
sauce.
if you had
second
to- if you
favorite
had to
part
name
is
this-
double dipping.
If you had to name this particular flavor profile, what
Oh.
would you? Maybe have your first few bites. I mean, have either of you had a bite yet?
No, no, no.
All right, are you ready?
We need some sort
Yeah.
of cheers. We always have something. I don't know what to do for this.
Do we just cheers our bowls?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, cute.
I'm gonna wait till you take a bite.
There's lots of emojis popping up. How's it coming? How's it
Oh,
going
no.
down?
That was wild.
It's really vinegary because of the hot sauce. It's not bad though.
The vanilla competing with the hot sauce is very strange.
I could eat this.
You're a fan.
I could eat this for sure.
I think
for
I
sure.
Wow.
need. I think I need to get more Dorito.
It kind of tastes like I'm eating something spicy and drinking a milkshake at the same
Mhm.
time. Yeah. So
What
it's
an
kind of
interesting phenomenon.
it's kind of nice. Like I could be into this.
They don't mix at all. It's absolutely a competition in your mouth.
That would be an interesting
Which is-
marketing angle for it.
On one
Competition in your mouth.
on one hand is kind of exciting because you never know what sensation is going to hit you in the moment. But on the other hand, I'm very uneasy. Whew.
So there you go.
Oh, what do we call this?
I would call it the duality of Frank
Wow.
because we are using Frank's Red Hot.
I was gonna, try to mix together Firehaven and Cold Island, but sure, the duality of Frank.
Cold Haven.
Cold Haven.
Cold
Yeah.
Haven mix.
I was gonna say Fire Island, but that doesn't
No.
work.
That doesn't sound.
Cold
that
Haven
inspired.
remix. How about that?
Oh, very nice.
Oh, very good.
Could just eat this all
One
day.
more bite.
The first kick of hot sauce really gets you.
What's weird is when you get vanilla first, and then all of a sudden, hot sauce.
The Doritos don't come out very strong.
No, they definitely lost out in this one.
Mm-hmm.
The hot sauce.
And we're
I think
thankful I'm not involved in this particular edition.
the hot sauce
Monster Kitchen.
kind of takes over a similar flavor profile the Doritos would
Yes,
have had.
I agree.
Actually,
Shall
no. Oh, I kind of want to just dip a Dorito in vanilla ice cream. See what that's like.
Tuck my
So would you like me to
here.
clear
I
your-
would- I
your
would
plates?
Love that.
Yes.
Thank
I
you,
will do so.
sir.
I'll be back.
Monster Handler Matt.
Oh, vanilla on
Excellent
Doritos is still
service.
very strange.
I believe it. Thank you.
All
I
right.
think Eric will need his spoon.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
there you go.
Thank
For
you.
you.
Your kind soul.
I'm gonna rip some of this off for you, Sydney. I was gonna use it to wipe my spoon off. Like I said, I don't want to contaminate my next flavor. Obviously,
Of course.
we take these things very seriously here.
All right. So, hit us with the number 2 winner from the vote.
This will be for chocolate.
Yes.
The number 2 winner from the vote
Thank you.
was mayonnaise.
My old nemesis.
Yes,
With chocolate.
mayonnaise.
With chocolate.
Oh,
We're getting messy here.
I almost
How
lost
exciting.
it. Do you want me to scoop? If I don't,
I would love
Get your scoop on. Like
Thank
a
you very
coupon, but for scooping.
just like a couple of
Just
scoops
hold
of
on.
chocolate.
Okay.
What was the other? Oh wait, I have one more joke that I had to remember.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that the vote didn't end in a banana split.
We knew that was coming, Eric, but it's still a shock.
I almost forgot.
It's still a brain freeze for us. I don't know. That wasn't.
All right.
Oh no, I forgot that there was mayonnaise on this. I think we're gonna have to shake that down. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, how's it doing?
Oh my God.
Oh, here it comes.
Yikes.
Oh, I might need to put this down. Use 2 hands.
Yeah, it might need it.
Oh.
Oh, yep, there it goes.
Oh, man.
Oh, that is nasty.
Okay.
Nice ribbons of mayo. You can hardly see that it's a chocolate.
Well, how do you
scoop
eat your
anymore.
mayo?
I don't. And
Mmm.
Mr. Monster Handler Matt.
What is going on top of this
Concoction here.
beautiful dessert?
Mayonnaise and peas, please.
Oh no.
All right. Okay.
This is great.
Bringing out the peas. Get your sniffer ready here.
Oh.
Or perhaps turn it off. As the case.
Yeah.
I would say putrid is a good way to describe this.
I think I'm gonna need a nose plug in future episodes because this is like, oh my goodness.
It looks okay. Look at it from this angle. Doesn't this look like beef with like some sort of sauce and peas?
Yeah, that
like
looks
me
like a
to-
hearty meal. Yes, please. I don't think I can do it myself.
I'm glad that you have each other to rely on at this trying time.
One more.
Yeah, why not? Oh.
Yeah. Let's put this far away.
All right,
All right.
you ready for mixture number 2?
Oh boy.
And remember, so show it off. There it
Yeah.
is.
It's very beautiful.
Looking good.
Cheers, Eric.
All right,
Cheers.
bottoms up there, monster handlers.
Trying to get a good amount of everything.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Vanna.
No good. That's by far the worst thing I've ever eaten at Monster Kitchen. That was horrifying. I don't know if I can do another bite.
You look flushed.
It's
Oh.
layered.
That's just, it's all too thick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was surprisingly
There's
difficult
no-
to get through.
Again, no mixing of flavor, just very thick layers of off-putting flavors.
I'm going
together.
in for a second.
Cold the Bug suggests that this one should be called Cybog. Which certainly seems
Ugh.
appropriate given the bog-like quality of those
I
peas.
feel like my face is probably a bog color. Right
Yes.
now. I'm gonna try a little bit, tiny bit of mayonnaise with chocolate.
That wasn't so bad. It's really the peas that are getting the
You know what it is?
reaction.
It's the pea flavor of the peas, like the juice that they were in,
Yes.
getting into the mayonnaise.
It's very sour.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
And not like sour candy. Sour like you left it in the sun.
Yeah,
for
like
a few
sour
days.
mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh la la.
Nasty.
that ruined chocolate ice cream forever.
Yes. No good.
And if you want to try this at home, you know.
Are you ready?
For our last
Are
one.
you ready for your last one?
I guess we will do the
suppose so.
strawberry.
Thank you.
I may have beat you there.
Strawberry. That should make for an interesting combination with what's coming next.
That makes me
Your
nervous.
third
Now, strawberry's my favorite,
sauce
so I'm getting a second scoop.
as chosen by the community,
Can I scoop
by the
this?
viewers
course.
of My Singing Monsters Live.
Please be kind to us.
They won't be.
There's, like I said, there's no way to be in this one. It's all awful. You know what the worst is? I saw that we had caramel sauce in the kitchen.
I know.
We didn't think to put it on the list. Instead, we picked relish.
Okay. Hit us with the sauce.
What have we got?
Well, your third sauce is without much further ado, it is the Italian dressing.
Wow.
With strawberry.
Yeah, that's why I thought this would
It's
be a
finally-
particular.
It's
Would
the
you
Zesty
like-
Boys time
Would
to
you like
shine.
to open it?
Oh no. Can I just?
It's calorie wise, so you know, in case you were worried about our unhealthy habits on
Let's
this
see.
show, we're thinking about what goes into these guts.
Don't look at me like that. This is how we open zesty Italian dressing.
Hey, it worked. That's all that
Oh,
matters.
I don't have fingernails. You may want
I
to
do
get
have
more.
fingernails. Sort of.
I have them. They're short.
It would be concerning if you didn't.
I'd be very scared of being
That's also a
interacted with.
Members
strong
of the
smell.
community are quoting the
Ooh.
lyrics of our jingle.
Oh,
That's
in
nice.
the, in the
Everybody
comments.
tune
you
in.
mean that part about
Sorry,
zesty
Michelle.
Italian dressing?
Zesty Italian dressing down the hatch. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of the verses.
That's how you know.
Okay,
it's
I'm gonna celebrate.
Gross. Oh. Man. I have to say, the benefit of being in the studio here today and watching.
I don't
It
want
happened.
that.
Oh,
It's getting to my head.
Oh my god, it
Oh,
can
you
go so
need
much
more.
faster. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh my God, man.
Yes. Oh
Okay.
my Galvana, that's something.
What are we
Nasty.
sprinkling on top of this?
So, what I think you should put on top of this are the olives.
The Calamata. Oh,
Now, do you like olives, Eric?
sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's sort of keeping with the
that's the best way to get these
Italian
out.
theme of the
Just use your
Italian
spoon.
dressing. I thought
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
add
That's
some
a good
olives.
idea.
See if they complement everything or if they act opposite the interests of the strawberry flavor.
Olives acting opposite of strawberry? Bah.
Bah!
Clean off my spoon as well.
Oh, I was supposed to grab your second one, which I will.
And there's a
Thank
nice
you.
look at
Oh.
that one.
Here, is this?
Yes, thank you very
Perfect,
much. I
I'll take
am
that.
finished with that
I would-
one.
I'll take that out.
I never want to see it again.
Right.
Neither do I.
Like I said, by far
Hey.
the worst thing I've eaten on this segment so
Well,
far.
that's impressive.
And I've been on all three, so that's a new record.
Oh my gosh, Eric, that looks mighty nasty.
One more look
Yeah.
for the people at home. Oh, we forgot the sprinkles in the last
you
one. No
said-
wonder it was so disgusting.
Ah, that would have made all the difference.
I like the fact that you forgot. You got sort of an authentic experience. Those sprinkles. It certainly sprinkles
Much
make
more
things more
beautiful.
appetizing.
It makes me a little bit
Makes them
happier.
more
Sweet.
approachable. which
Now
of
suddenly
course
it looks delicious.
was where Yule's thinking during the story.
Right.
Same sort of thought process.
I'm still surprised and shocked that it didn't just put zesty Italian dressing. And it's
Just a splash.
Just dumping it in, saturating the beard.
let's reenact the moment.
A little
And then you just go.
Very good, Eric.
I'm mixing mine.
Yeah, oh, you.
I like to mix it a little bit,
Mm.
just because I don't want to grab a scoop with like no olives on it. But I try not to change the consistency of the ice cream.
Okay,
you know?
that's fair.
I don't want it to be.
won't
I don't want it
overdose.
to become a soup. You're welcome
Alright,
to enjoy Monster
cheers.
Kitchen. Cheers.
Down the hatch. I'm liking this reaction so far.
That is very strange.
Unusual, not bad, strange.
The last one was worse, in my opinion.
It's one of those things where I wouldn't call it necessarily disgusting taste, but again, it's confusing.
Yes, it's definitely
Your
not
brain
something
doesn't
we're
quite
used
know
to.
what to make
I
of it.
I would be fascinated to see my exact same reaction if someone gave this to me. Like if I had a blindfold on or something and I was just taste testing it and I had no idea what went into it. I think it would be a very different reaction if I was not even remotely prepared for this combination of flavors. I think I would assume something was wrong and that my brain had fried mid-taste and I would have to eject the food immediately.
Eject.
For fear of something worse.
The salad dressing definitely a dominant flavor, I'd say. You know, for a little flair, I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese.
Oh, make use of one of the sprinkles.
That's
So,
a lot of Parmesan.
While you're putting the
some?
finishing
Yes, please.
touches there,
Oh, sorry.
while you're putting the finishing touches there, I figured that now might be as good a time as any to launch into
Monsterpieces?
on Monsterpieces.
Yes, and would you like to come back to your seat here and we'll switch out for the Monsterpieces?
Sure. I'll throw the first one up here and we can.
That cheese
take
did
a
not
look
help.
at it.
No.
Cheese did not improve.
No.
All right. I will be switching out for the Monsterpieces now. Thank you for having me for this segment
Would
of
you
Monster
like to
Kitchen.
come up this way?
I would
the
love
first
that.
here by artist 208 is a depiction of what looks like a Plant Island scene of the monsters not necessarily getting along. There
Oh.
seems to be some conflict here, which is very not characteristic
Now,
of the monster
I
world.
can tell you that the conflict that they wrote in about was that Entbrat stole some food.
And Brad doesn't Entbrat know that there's more than enough to go around?
I very much like the facial expressions going on here. Furcorn seems particularly livid.
Yes.
I like that Clamble has a very suspicious look. And I believe Entbrat's saying, come on. Or say, Entbrat, did you eat our food? He said,
I
"Come
also
on."
like the inclusion of Epic Bowgart there on the left-hand side. You can recognize it by its peanut brittle spires.
Punkleton's face as well.
Yes,
Very
Punkleton's
expressive.
not impressed.
Not impressed at all. Oh,
Dude
look who it
Craft
is.
4 has here a Epic Bowgart consuming some ice cream the old-fashioned way.
Oh, isn't that nice? Looks better than what we ate.
Oh, I see what's coming up here. Here is some sort of hybrid between two existing monsters, the Scups and the Boscus. This is Boss Scups.
I can appreciate a good punny name.
Ah, yes.
I mean, I don't know if that's really
combined.
fun, but
Well,
yes.
it's a good combination.
That's right. Thank you,
between the
Flugel
two
Gamer,
of
for that contribution.
Next up by Logan Peters, 89. Here we have Epic Bowgart gazing wistfully at a couple of different flavor options there for ice cream going. Which one shall I eat?
Very nice.
Upon the landscape of it looks like Mirror Cold Island. Here, Ninja Michael 101 has, everyone's worst nightmare, the young Galvana possessed of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, jeez.
I hope that what Galvana plans to do with the Infinity Gauntlet is primarily positive and not necessarily as reality snapping as some other users of the Gauntlet.
I don't know if I trust that look on its
But
face.
I like that crossover happening.
Yes, very nice.
Here, speaking of crossover styles, we have Delango Designs with a little interpretation of the buck-toothed Epic Bowgart. Looks like it's sort of saying hello,
I like it a lot. I really...
but sort of nervously. Like,
yeah.
hello.
I appreciate the horns in this one. I think it's a very nice rendition.
Mm-hmm. Now, Olivia Owl 7891 has here Epic Bowgart, who looks very cute. This Bowgart reminds me of a particular art style, of like a monster. I can't put my finger quite on it, but it looks to me just the proportions of the eyes and the general boxy shape of the body. It reminds me of, I don't know if it's My Neighbor Totoro or what, but it's sort of, it's like a reimagining of Epic Bowgart to be a lot cuter. You know what it also looks like to me? It sort of looks like the jackalope from that one particular Pixar short. I can't remember the name of it, but I love it. I think
Very
this
nice.
I think it's very
Very
creative.
awesome style.
Spider Nichols here
Ooh.
has an exciting view of all of the Celestials revived on Celestial Island, presumably looking up unexpectedly at something in the sky with with more than a little fear in their eyes.
Very cool.
Wonder what they could be looking at here. I'd love to know more from the artist Spider Nichols. What inspired them to do this particular monster piece? I like the expressions on all the monsters' faces.
Yes, very well done.
Star Sailor. Oh, Epic Bowgart is overwhelmed. There's so many flavors.
Wow, that's a poor monster right there. So much to deal with.
Oh, look at the spinny eyes.
Yeah.
It's overwhelmed. Doesn't know what to do.
You know, we were speaking earlier about what we should pick the background.
Yes.
For the computer camera. It should have been the Outlet ice cream. We should have borrowed that.
That's a good idea.
And then we could have had, there's so many flavors over here.
Well, hindsight is 20/20 flavors. Maybe I should stick to just monster handling and keep the puns in your department. Does that sound good, Eric?
Yes.
All right. What's next? Twompire has here. It looks like someone said, stick 'em up to this Epic Bowgart. Where's that ice cream? And Epic Bogart's like, it's not mine.
Maybe that's an Epic Bowgart shrug. 2 up, 2 down.
Oh, I think that's very interesting. And the joints on each individual set of arms, possibly that help it, play its instrument better. And that's how it shrugs. I like that theory, Eric.
I'd like to try that shrug, if we might. If I could just slip in here.
Yep.
So, I'll do up, you go down.
Okay.
That worked pretty well.
I hope everyone enjoyed that, because I know I did. So, we're here surrounded by gross ingredients. We're here. We've got a couple more things that we want to do before we wrap up today's episode of My Singing Monsters Live. And one of those, of course, for those of you who have been diligently entering the raffle that has been being run this entire episode, you are prospectively the winner of an Epic Bowgart.
Oh my goodness.
So, Monster Handler Sydney is just pulling up the name now of our winner.
Okay.
Is that the one that I can see right there, Monster Handler Sydney? Oh, what happened?
Here it is.
There it is. It is. Without much further ado, Har 239.
Congratulations.
So whisper us your friend code /BBBID, and we will deliver your Epic Bowgart to you sometime early next week.
That's right.
A reminder that Epic Bowgart is only available to buy or breed until the middle of next week. So take an opportunity this weekend to try your luck at breeding one. A reminder, of course, that because it's an epic monster, the breeding combination is different from island to island. So
that's right.
Other members of the community may know what it is.
Might help you out.
Might help you out. So take to Facebook, take to Twitter, take to Instagram. Anywhere where My Singing Monsters communities are thriving, and your fellow players might be able to help you out with what those combinations are. And don't forget, of course, to light your wishing torches in the pursuit of better chances for breeding special monsters.
That's right. And on the note of social media,
yes,
special social media.
There you go.
One last reminder that we have a music video contest going on right now. For more information about that, you can view it on the website. Matt, I believe you knew the address.
It is. It's bigbluebubble.com/music video contest.
Perfect.
We will be accepting submissions right up until, I believe it's stated on the website, but correct me if I'm wrong, Sydney. We will be delivering them. They're able to be submitted until noon Eastern Standard Time on Friday, March 15th.
And of course, we'll be showing winners on the air.
And many of the entries that we love we'll be celebrating and taking a look at next week. Now, as we mentioned before, something that we are going to try to start doing as the conclusion of our My Singing Monsters live episodes is taking a My Singing Monsters composer Monsterpiece and using that as the sonorous end cap for our episode.
That's right. So make sure to please send those in to us. I believe we're going to use the same system as we did for the contest. At the very least, if you get it up on Twitter or YouTube and you hashtag MyStreamingMonsters, we can find it, we can get it, we can put it on the air.
Yeah, and it uses the special .msm file format that we can open and record.
That's right. If you send that directly to us, we can also use that.
All right, so we leave you now with the tuneful stylings of Star Island by Diamond Blades 47. I'm Monster Handler Matt.
I'm Monster Handler Eric.
That was Monster Handler Sydney. That was Monster Handler Karen.
This was disgusting.
And without much further ado,
happy monstering!
I struck my arm on the zesty Italian.
Oh, no.
I knew it would come back.
it.